Today is November 28th, 2022. My name's Kurt Meir, and let's go over a little bit of the oil industry news. In the United States, West Texas Intermediate oil is selling for $76 a barrel. It's up 36 cents. U.S. natural gas is selling for $6.71 per MMBTU. It's down slightly. U.S. rig count is slowly coming up. It's at 784 rigs running in the United States. And North Sea Brent crude is currently selling for a little over $82 a barrel. It's down $1. Now, before we get into the news, I wanted to talk a little bit about unconventional shale drilling. Everyone's heard of this. These are the long horizontal wells with the massive hydraulic fracking. And we have shale plays all over the United States. Here's a map. Many established plays where we're drilling a lot of wells has been beneficial to the United States. But you don't hear too much about shale drilling in other countries. And I think it has to do with the economics of the drilling. These wells are very expensive to drill. But in the United States, we have well-developed infrastructure. We have service companies with all the equipment that we can easily get. And we have a lot of capital from investors to fund the drilling. So I think that gives us an advantage in the United States for developing the unconventional shale plays. But let's talk about one in another country that you hear about a lot. It's the Vaca Muerta shale play in Argentina. It's a pretty large play. It's been going on for at least 5 years. They've been drilling and testing wells. And it seems to be going okay in Argentina. Currently they have 30 rigs running. And they produce about 500,000 barrels a day from the Vaca Muerta. And 4 billion cubic feet of gas per day. So this play in Argentina seems to be developing well. And now in the news, U.S. major oil company Chevron is the last oil company to operate in Venezuela, but due to sanctions against Venezuela, they had to cease operations. But now the Treasury Department has granted them a waiver to pump oil, so they can start getting some of that Venezuelan crude oil on the market. So that'll be good for the industry. In other news, Canadian banks have been slammed for funding fossil fuel projects. And a lot of environmental groups are speaking out against that. They don't like it. They don't want more development of fossil fuels. But we know fossil fuels are very important for the energy for the world and our lifestyles. So things have started to change a little bit. One example here is BlackRock, one of the large investment funds that is pushing all this ESG investment. They're closing their investment fund because of lack of interest and poor performance. So maybe things are changing about ESG investing. And I know that some of the U.S. states are starting to push back against BlackRock for pushing all this influence on companies and ESG. All right, so remember, the oil and gas industry is very important, and I encourage you to support it because it helps provide our great lifestyle here in the United States and around the world. So support oil and gas. Thanks.